All right, welcome to lab number 1 of DP-900 Azure Database Fundamentals. And in this first lab, we're going to explore relational database services. And the first part of this first lab is about Azure SQL databases. All right, and the way that we get there is by searching for Azure SQL. And then we click on create. And then it asks us what type of deployment we actually want to have. So we have the option of the Azure SQL databases, which are not exactly SQL Server, a little bit different. There we have options of doing elastic pools, database servers, or a single database. The options are here. Or we can do a managed instance, right? So in that case, we're actually running SQL Server on an instance. Again, we have options of deployment of either Azure Arc or not. And then finally, we've got the possibility to just create a virtual machine that has SQL Server pre-installed, right? So we're interested in Azure, and we're going to use the simple single database option here. So as normally, we need to select some things here, like our resource group. Now we're going to be using the database name is given to us as being Adventure Works. Then the server. Note that we're creating a database here, right? A database needs to run on a database server, and we don't currently have any, so we need to create a new one. Let's give it a name, deepdives-eu.database.windows.net. That's cool. East US should be okay for us. For authentication, we want to use just SQL authentication. For this demo, it's simpler. And then we need to define a login, like admin, and then a password. Oh yeah, it can't be admin. It needs to be student. And then a password. There we go. That should be okay now. We don't want to use elastic pool. This is a development environment, so the default settings are going to be a bit cheaper. Let's get rid of this one. Compute and storage. In this case, it's going to be general purpose serverless, right? So you can see that we're going to get basically one core and a bit of storage without actually having to manage a server ourselves. And then backup storage redundancy, we're happy with locally redundant backup storage. Let's go over to networking. In this case, we want to have a public endpoint. This, of course, is not ideal, but for our purposes, for this short demo, this is what we're going to do. And then we want to allow Azure services and resources to access this server, and we want our current IP address to be able to access this one as well. Otherwise, it's gone onwards to security. We don't want to enable Defender for SQL now. And then additional settings gives us the possibility of using a sample database. So we're going to do that. All right, that's it. So let's hit review and create this. All right, that's done. So if we now go to our database, then this is what we see. So kind of the generic stuff. One of the cool features here is a query editor on the left-hand side, still in preview, that allows us to connect to the database using the passwords that we previously set up. And this gives us this kind of web-based view into the database, so we can navigate across the different tables over here, and then run some queries like select everything from sales LT product. And then we can see the results down here. Make this a bit smaller so we can see more. So cool. This seems to be working. Now we can do different kinds of queries here. As an example, we've got a query that lists the columns that we want to get back. And you can see that that is working correctly. And we could even make a join here. Something like this, where we join product categories into the product with the product category name instead of the ID over here. And you can see that that works as well. So that's this short lab or demo. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next one. Till then.